Live from Commy's Lookout, it's Geek Empire, the Geeks strike back. I'm your host, God Destruction Nick.
And I am Supreme Kai Mike.
Excelsior, everyone. Alright, welcome to episode 3 of the Geek Empire podcast. Episode 3. You know, when we finally get into the double digits, I'm going to start taking us more seriously, but for right now, I don't even know.
But, not being serious is part of our charm.
I know, right? We have charm.
Some of us do, I guess.
I don't know if I believe you. So what'd you get up to this week?
Dark Souls. Dark Souls has been royally kicking my ass lately.
Why is it so far in these 3 episodes? Every week has been like
Bloodborne the last 2 weeks. Dark Souls this week. I don't know. Apparently I'm a glutton for punishment.
See, we're not that obsessive. We like the games, but we're not that crazy about it.
I'm a glutton. Well, you love those games.
Oh, I do. I really
rant
do.
about the lore for days.
Oh, I do. I'm a lore guy. That's the there's something about mythology and the lore about video games that just gets my blood going.
Yeah.
Oh, it gets me going.
Certain series have really, really phenomenal backstories, really well thought out lore.
It does. You can tell, they really take their time and really develop these.
Yeah, From Software did a really good job.
They really do. And because, the difficulty, you don't get through the game very quickly. So they can make places smaller than other places, other video games. All I can tell you, Dark Souls 3 is pretty fucking large.
It is. It's a pretty immersive area.
In comparison to Bloodborne, it is really fucking large.
Well, Bloodborne, I noticed, is a pretty linear path. You're kind of forced to follow the same route every time. It's Dark Souls, you have some forks in the road sometimes. You have, you can do this or this. It's,
I don't know. Do people like that though? It's in Bloodborne, it's anal fisting, but you know when it's going to end. You know exactly where this is leading to. You're not getting a reach around. The hand job, there's no lube on it. It's pretty dry.
Yeah. The thing is, though, with the game called Dark Souls, anybody who's picked up a game, any Dark Souls game, and was not forewarned about the difficulty of the game, I feel bad for you.
I think they originally was called Black Souls, but then I think they changed it because
racism.
Yeah. So I had a topic I wanted to bring up this week for some of us to talk about for our intro. Favorite Pokemon. With Ultra Sun and Moon coming out, which we're going to talk about later, Pokemon's just been on the mind. And I know everybody out there who plays Pokemon, loves Pokemon, has a favorite Pokemon. It's just,
everybody.
It's a staple for the series. So, what is your favorite Pokemon?
My favorite Pokemon is Infernape. I love that Kung Fu monkey.
For years I've asked this guy many a times what his favorite Pokemon is. For years he said Charizard. But now Infernape has taken the reins.
Infernape has taken the reins because I started battling competitively and I started building competitive teams and all that. And whereas I do still love Charizard, I just fell in love with Infernape. I've put Infernape on 6 different teams. It's amazing. It is a fucking well-designed Pokemon. Okay. It is, especially its moveset in its own, it's amazing. It can be physical, it can be special, it can be a sweeper, it can be a revenge killer, it can be a stealth rocker. It's everywhere.
You think that firefighting types have a bad name now?
They do. I mean, Blaziken did a really good job of setting the scale. They did a phenomenal job. I know most people prefer Blaziken over all of them. Infernape did a really good job as well, but because of Emboar just sucks.
That's that fire monkey. The fire pig. So we have fire chicken.
It's like they took
fire monkey and fire pig.
We were just getting one of every Zodiac.
Zodiac. It's one of the Zodiacs.
It's like somebody took Ganondorf from Legend of Zelda this last time and just lit him on fire. We're like, yep, that's the one.
With this last one? I thought...
Yeah, Emboar.
He's
a giant pig!
That was Sun and Moon?
No, that was Gen 5.
What was
the last firefighting I was referring to?
Oh, and the fire thing is isn't this last one a firefighting too?
Let me throw it real quick. What is... no, he's Fire Dark, actually.
He's Fire Dark?
It did kind of follow the fighting theme, though, because it is a luchador.
Yeah, like a wrestler.
Yeah. Which, again, kind of everybody saw its design in its final evolution. They're like, if this is another fucking firefighting type, they were going to, quit the game and all that. And
I don't know. I think I kind of want them to do, a Zodiac theme thing from now on. Have each one of them have, a different Zodiac. the owl definitely is not part of it. So I mean, it could have been, but then you have like the water fairy type, which is
somebody had laid it out that each of the starters, all the fire types were like zodiac, because you have Charizard for the lizard, you have the dragon rather.
Dragon, yeah.
You have Typhlosion for, I think it's like weasel or rat or something like that. It took the
There's
lesson.
no weasel or rat in the
Chinese zodiac. There's a rat or the mouse.
There's a rat, but there's no weasel.
But and then what was after that? Chicken. Then the monkey. Then the year of the boar. Then what was this? And then it was.
I guess it's some kind of like tiger. I think it's a tiger.
Yeah, Gen 6 was that was the year of the cat, obviously in that case.
Yeah.
Del Fox, you're the fox, and so the fire types kind of have this zodiac theme-ish to them.
Was the fox a part of the Chinese zodiac?
I believe so.
I thought
if it wasn't, it might have been dog then, but either way, it still fits the bill, canine.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know, but really firefighting type for Infernape. Wow.
I love Infernape. He's amazing.
What about him though? Is it like just because of his moveset, or like how strong he is, or how he's designed?
He's just really well designed. Like his stats in itself, like he's got good speed, he's got good attack, he's got good special attack. I really fell in love with him from a competitive sense, and then after that, I started using him in game, and I'm like, this is amazing, I mean, Charizard did hold a special place in my heart. It always will, but it's, I don't know, Infernape's better.
It just seemed like they were like using barnyard animals. Like now we have a. Now we have a fucking like fire monkey,
Kung Fu monkey. But the thing is, though, there's lore behind it, like the Chinese Son Goku, Sun Wukong.
Yeah.
He was the monkey of the zodiac, and he was a karate master. So I mean, it just kind of fit with typical Japanese Chinese lore. So,
but you know what my favorite Pokemon is?
Gengar.
No, Umbreon.
Umbreon. Oh yeah. I forgot about that.
Gengar is honestly, you know what? Actually, another Pokemon actually took Gengar's place.
Really?
It used to go Umbreon and Gengar, but now Gengar actually lost to Gliscor. I love Gliscor. But Umbreon, my favorite Pokemon of all time. I fucking love this thing.
Man, when I first started getting into competitive, Gliscor was running around with Toxicorp and Toxicheal or Poison Heal, and it was just a beast of a Pokemon to take down. It was so aggravating. It really was.
Such great defense. It has, it's like greatly designed. It just fucking looks cool. And it looks like you can cuddle it.
Very interesting typing too. Ground flying, right?
Yeah. Same thing with Umbreon. It just looks like you can cuddle it. Something with the evolutions just seem like you could just.
Well, you read the Pokedex entries, you can't cuddle an Umbreon, but
no, if it gets upset,
it like spews toxins out of its body.
And it cries toxins, it comes out of its body. But like, the Dark type, the second batch of evolutions, along with Espeon.
Yep.
God damn. God, they're fucking beautiful. Both of them are fucking beautiful.
Designed Dark type in itself, just to counter the behemoth that was Psychic types.
And what? Yeah. I mean, goddamn, look at the fucking design of Umbreon. It's got those awesome, like, moon.
It's so simple, though. Like, most of the evolutions are so simple, yet
they're simple, yet they're
very well designed.
Really well designed. Mm-hmm. They're fucking beautiful to look. Well, some of them are.
And everybody looks forward to new ones every generation, and it's
not everyone's wish list.
Sun and Moon. Yeah. Everybody kind of they were stoked for a new one, and they didn't get it, and maybe Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon will give us one. Who knows?
Yeah, but this Umbreon, I fucking love it. Mm-hmm. You could just cuddle I don't care if that makes me sound like a fucking pussy. I want to cuddle the shit out of that. Are they cats?
The thing is, there's a lot of there is debate by Pokemon fan whether they're based off cats, whether they're based off dogs, and who's to say they can't be based off both?
I don't give a fuck. I want one to cuddle the shit out of it.
They're adorable. Who cares?
You have a theory of evolution too, don't you?
Oh God, yes. Vaporeon. It's so beautiful. I don't know. Again,
it is majestic as fuck. It is majestic as fuck.
Like, it's really close to a tie. Actually, Jolteon is second by barely, but Vaporeon is just beautiful.
Did you ever see that picture that it was? They switched out the color schemes. Jolteon with the Umbreon color scheme is to fucking die for. I can see that. That's pretty cool. I would use the shit out of Jolteon.
That's pretty cool
with that color scheme. Honestly, when it comes to Pokemon, color scheme is a huge part of it.
They designed they put a lot of thought into these Pokemon designs.
They do.
They really do. Like,
they really do.
Not just the color schemes, but their evolutionary lines, what they're based on. You know,
I think that, like, one of the biggest ones I heard about that's like a lot of people like complain about, but then when they explained what it really was, what's that dragon type? Flygon. I know a lot of people bitched and complained and thought, like, said, oh, it's like a dragonfly. It should be like a bug dragon.
Yeah.
But then they explained really what it was, and it's like, yeah, all right.
Yeah, it's like this mythical guardian of the desert. You know, it's
does Infernape have like a lore behind or something like that, or like a
not really. It's a competitive fighter.
Because
really.
I love Umbreon's like.
It just likes fighting and getting stronger. Really, it's like the Saiyans and.
That's, you know what?
Pokemon
like, with Lunarock and shit like that, some people would say that's like the moon Pokemon, but no, I fucking give it to Umbreon.
Yeah,
Umbreon is the fucking moon Pokemon.
You know, I'm genuinely shocked that Sun and Moon did not actually give Solrock and Lunatone an evolution or a Mega Evolution. That really shocked me.
Hopefully with this next installment with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, they get like a new form, something like that.
I was kind of upset all around with this last entry in the.
You know what I want them to do? I want them to do. There was one Pokemon in it that's like a meteorite, and like it hatches.
It blasts off the shell.
Yeah, I want them to do that with Solrock. Yeah. Them. I want them to do that. I want them to do that. And then like they turn into like one of them becomes a dark type. Dark Psychic, the other one could be like Fire Psychic or some shit like that.
Well, they're already both Rock Psychic.
Just to mimic, I wanted them to mimic the typing of the mascot Pokemon on it.
That'd be interesting.
Which another one of them is Ghost, but it makes no sense. The lunar, like this lunar Pokemon.
Well, Lunala is Psychic as well. It's Psychic.
Ghost Psychic?
Yeah.
Alright, so I can see it being either or.
Solgaleo is Steel and Psychic.
Psychic, yeah.
Yeah, they share the psychic typing.
That's there. I want them to like both get like Fire Psychic and Dark Psychic. That'd be so fucking cool. Like, I don't know if they would still have Levitate though. I think they should get rid of that and get some kind of interesting type or some interesting move.
Yeah, who knows? Maybe something unique to them. Maybe.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if it's like in the nighttime or the daytime, it powers up their moves or something like that.
That'd be pretty cool.
You know, or maybe their ability is they hatch from that.
Yeah, I suppose.
That'd be interesting. I think that's pretty fucking cool.
Maybe. Listen up, Game Freak.
You guys in the comments type down what your favorite Pokemon is and explain why. Everybody has a story. Everybody has a fucking story when it comes to that.
Everybody gets attached to certain Pokemon. You know, like a lot of people have a story as to why some of their favorites are their favorites. Like I know you love Pidgeot because it's the first Pokemon got to level 100, right?
In Pokemon Yellow, it was the first. Pokemon Yellow was the first Pokemon game I ever played. And Pidgeot, I played through it multiple times. So one playthrough, I found a Pidgeotto in Viridian Forest, I think it was.
Yes.
And I needed it to beat Brock. And I just continually used it. I didn't level up anything else, and I just sweep the fucking game with this Pidgeot. And it held a special place in my heart for me. Mm-hmm. The first Pokemon I ever got to level 100, and goddamn, I love it. What about you? You got like one that like... If you like in your repertoire, if you had to create like a top,
you know, it's a little strange. Like if it comes to memories with certain Pokemon, there was this. I was playing it's a Rocket Lock. It's called basically it's a Nuzlocke where you can only use Poison, Ghost, stuff like Team Rocket would use, and I ended up catching a Zubat early on. And evolved into a Golbat, and its happiness was high enough it immediately evolved into a Crobat, and that fucking Crobat was amazing.
I had when Soul Silver came out, I said in these newer games, I want to make Pokemon I've never had in the past. Mm-hmm. One of them that I think the reason I might like Gengar so much is because it was the one Pokemon in Yellow and Blue and Red that I was never able to get. There was people you could trade in game, so you could get something like a Champ.
Yeah.
And shit like that. But you could never fucking get a Gengar. And I always fucking wanted one. And Crobat was another one after playing Silver and Gold. Soul Silver comes out, finally fucking get a Crobat.
Crobat is a really cool Pokemon, especially it's like Game Freak trolled us in itself. Like here's this Pokemon everybody hates,
annoying,
and yeah, you have to love it and have it cared for to turn into something amazing. You know?
Really fucking cool. All right, so give me your 6 Pokemon your top 6 Pokemon that you're in your forever team.
My forever team. I have
favorite Pokemon.
I have some. It's definitely in.
Well, give me the ones you have.
It's definitely Infernape. Mew is one of my favorite Pokemon ever.
It is
I fucking love that thing. It is adorable as hell. You can literally have it as any
I feel like Mew's
part
a
on your
sex
team.
addict, though.
Mew is a sex addict?
Yeah.
What?
I feel like they use Mew dolls in the Pokemon world to be like, where did he touch you?
What? If anything, I feel like they'd show like for the girls they'd have like a Gardevoir and a guy they'd have like a Machamp, like a
Mr. Mime or something.
Yeah. Like where'd they touch you? You're on this doll. Show me where they touched you.
Show me the Mew doll. No, because you can't be freaky about it. If you use a Gardevoir, it's like it's too sexualized. You have to use something that isn't sexualized. You ever see like the actual dolls they use? They're very plain. They're not all that.
Then it's a Machoke with the Ditto face. That's what it is.
You can't use a Ditto. It's like tell me where he touched you. Like where are the balls on this thing?
No, not the Ditto itself. Like a Ditto that's transformed into a Machoke. So it has the Ditto face.
Wait, is it actually an actual Ditto they're pointing at, or just a doll?
Could be. Who knows?
That'd be fucking weird.
That would be weird as hell.
Touch the Ditto where he touched you. Right here in the ball areas, the Ditto just loves this shit.
I just got a look on his face, like
just drooling and shit.
Right,
oh my
right.
God. All right,
I mean, Ditto's already a fuck bucket.
I know. It's just used to fuck. It's used for breeding. There's no other reason.
It basically has a permanent spot in everybody's daycare. Like,
it is. That's all you're ever gonna use, unless you want like a specific egg type move or something like that.
Yeah.
Or whatever. Like you're gonna use a Ditto.
Exactly.
Fuck Dittos. All right, so keep going. What's next?
So yeah, we got Mew, we got Infernape. I love Gardevoir, I really do.
One of the over-sexualized.
One of the ridiculously over-sexualized Pokemon, like waifu as hell.
I would fuck a Gardevoir.
Dude, Gardevoir's my Pokemon waifu. Like I'd take one.
You think there's like the perverts, like the pedophiles in the Pokemon world? They go after like Ralts and Kirlia.
Maybe, who knows?
Like that's what gets them hot and bothered. It's like, oh, I want to fuck a Kirlia, like a Kirlia.
Get a smooch him for the really weird
Oh
ones.
my God. Or like a Lickitung and a Licky Licky.
There you go.
Oh my God, that is like a girl who doesn't want a relationship with a guy and just wants her vag eaten on a daily basis.
Right.
It's like a Lickitung or a Licky Licky.
Yeah, in Soul Silver and Heart Gold, there's this tag battle that you can get on one of the routes, and it's this young couple, and one of them has an Onix and one of them has a Cloyster.
Oh come on!
You can't even make that
Game
up.
Freak, come on!
You're like, I see what you did there.
They're kids. Come on. Are they like cool trainers or something like that?
No, they're a couple. Their sprites look like late teens, early 20s. So like,
well, fuck them.
Still though, it's just like I saw you. I see what you did there.
I said, fuck. I heard that Ultra Sun and Moon had like really was loaded of sexual innuendos, like everywhere.
Could be. I mean, Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon. Who knows?
I have to think. In regular Sun and Moon, I heard it was jam packed with like sexual jokes and shit like that.
Yeah, you could really take some things out of context. Like there's this one scene where Professor Kukui is being attacked by he's having his Lycanroc's pre-evolution. Rowlet. No, Rowlet's
No, that's the
Rufflet. I was right the first time.
Rufflet, yeah.
So he's attacking it. Because he researches the Pokemon moves and he's having it attack. He's like, come on, harder, hit me harder, again. I'm like,
on.
Jesus Christ, Game
Get
Freak,
the fuck out.
Come on.
I mean, I guess I'd rather have my kids like exposed to sex through Pokemon than anything else.
Yeah, I mean it is.
Here, watch the Ditto in this Magikarp fuck. I don't know.
Right. Magikarp, you splash.
Oh God, I'm coming everywhere. Oh God. What if oh my God, you know what I really feel bad for?
Oh?
If the Ditto has to be the male in the breeding session. It can make its dick as big as it wants.
Tentacle porn it, man.
Holy fucking shit. That it's like what that's the if you have like a fucking whale lord or something like that, you have to have a huge cock.
Yeah, I suppose.
To fuck this shit out.
I mean, well, I don't know. Skitty can breed with Wailord.
It doesn't mean it's successful. I can attempt to breed with a whale, and it doesn't mean it's gonna be successful.
No, they can actually have eggs.
Jesus Christ. That is a very
for some odd reason they're in the same egg group.
I don't know what's worse, like the male Skitty fucking a whale lord or a male whale lord fucking a Skitty.
Yeah, I don't know.
God, I don't know what's fucking worse.
It's definitely strange. I mean,
I need to Google how big a whale's cock is later. 'Cause I want to know what Game Freak is doing to support fucking cats.
That's nightmare fuel right there.
Okay, next Pokemon. Next, what you got?
What ones did I say? Oh yeah, we got
Mew, Gardevoir.
Yeah, we got Queen Waifu. We got apparently the sex doll Mew. We got our Kung Fu.
Yeah, the Kung Fu monkey.
Yeah, we got our Kung Fu monkey. We got Breloom. I love Breloom. I don't know why. A little mushroom ninja. I do know why I love it. It's another story.
Mushroom ninja?
He's a fucking mushroom that punches things. He's like a mushroom mixed with a kangaroo.
Ninja.
I know he's a kangaroo, but
he's not a fucking kangaroo either. He's a dinosaur.
I don't know. He looks kind of kangaroo.
He is not a fucking kangaroo.
I don't know. The way
he's like, what kangaroo do you know is like shadow boxing in the background? Like, the fuck, dude.
I mean, I don't know, but fucking Breloom, I had one competitively again, and I named it Ragnarok, and he was just the destroyer of worlds. He'd show up, he'd use Spore, and then he'd focus punch something into oblivion, and it topped it all off because I gave it this stupid weird voice.
I want people listening to this. I want you to Google Breloom. If you don't know what a Breloom is, Google Breloom, and you tell me that's a fucking dinosaur or it's a fucking kangaroo.
I think it could be either, to be honest, but
it is not a fucking kangaroo. It looks nothing like a fucking kangaroo.
I don't know.
Have a pouch.
Are you kidding me? Look at its legs. It definitely hops around, and you fucking know it.
I don't think kangaroos have like T-Rex arms. Just, little arms.
No, his arms are pretty long actually. Whenever he punches.
Yeah, but like compared to his legs.
So that's like saying anything is short arms compared to its legs. Irrelevant. Breloom's on there. We got Vaporeon, my favorite evolution. Right. Beautiful, love it. I really can't think of any
Charizard?
like for sure. Nah.
Really?
I mean, I like Charizard, but like as far as the team goes, he kind of sucks. I'm not big on battling with him or anything.
Really not. Personal wise, it's like if I could have a Charizard.
No.
Really? Wow.
No. Plus Infernape's already there.
Wow, poor Charizard.
Greninja's there, though.
Go grow mushrooms in the corner of the room now, Charizard. Fuck, you're losing all your fans.
There's Greninja. Greninja's boss.
Greninja's pretty cool.
The second starter to ever be banned to Ubers.
What was the first?
Blaziken, actually. Blaziken was Speed Boost,
yeah. What the fuck?
You know, now that we've spent the last, 20 minutes focusing on Pokemon meta, but...
Alright, so for mine, definitely top of Umbreon. Number 2, I give to Gliscor, because fuck, that thing is fucking awesome.
Yeah, and Poison Heal, Toxic.
That is the type of Pokemon you can leave in charge of watching your children.
Right?
Like, if they're, walking to school, have that thing gliding above... I don't know how the fuck this thing flies when it's supposed to glide, but it just doesn't touch the ground. Whatever. This fucking, 8-foot, 9-foot thing just flying in the air, just watching your children. It is cute as fuck. It's shiny. It's like Batman. It is fucking... I think it's shiny. It's actually based off Batman. The yellow and the blue.
Won't surprise me.
Oh my god, it's fucking cute. Alright, then Gengar. Which, now that I think about it, okay. When I think about it, Gengar is definitely a sexual predator. Hanging in the shadows. And just
hanging in the shadows watching.
Waiting for people. Oh my god.
Just hangs out in the Clefable's shadow waiting to molest something.
I'm going to fuck the shit out of you. And, oh god. I'm destroying my own mind.
I'm having nightmares now.
Then, Hydreigon, 3 heads are better than 1.
Yeah.
Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra.
That's the thing, I've told you this last times, but there's a dragon type I'm waiting for, it's Ghost Dragon. There is none. I don't give a shit about Giratina. Get him the fuck out. Give me an actual Ghost Dragon. Fuck.
A non-legendary.
Yes, just fuck that. Then Volcarona.
Volcarona's beast.
Because it is majestic as fuck.
I got in this huge debate the other day about why bug types are actually pretty cool, because you have bug types like Volcarona and Scizor or Heracross who are just, bug types as a whole are kind of shit, but when they get it right, they have a powerhouse. And one of those advocates was Volcarona should have been a pseudo legendary. Mm-hmm. When it was first introduced, I think it was in black and white. Yes.
It should have been. Look at where you found it. That's the shit where you find legendaries like that. Whether you just actually see the Pokemon just on a pedestal or this big ass room. That's how they fucking show you legendaries.
Yes.
Fucking should have made this a pseudo legendary. For fuck's sake. No, it's a regular Pokemon. And to evolve it, you have to get to level fucking 70.
Something like that. No, it's 50 something.
59, I think it was actually. I think it was 59. That's fucking ridiculous.
It's insane.
But just fuck. All right, enough talking about enough talking to Pokemon. Let's get into our next segment.
Let's talk about Pokemon.
Let's talk about Pokemon in our next segment called Nerd News. We're talking about any geek or nerd related news that we find in the week that we like to talk about. And ironically, the first on our list is the Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon release date of November the 17th.
Yes, November 17th. And they did confirm it's going to be on the 3DS. It is not going to be on the Switch. So Pokemon is still keeping with the handheld market.
I'm actually surprised they didn't just make it on both.
You know, it wouldn't surprise me if they did it on both, but like it's almost like they understand the kind of tradition Pokemon is.
Yeah,
you know? I mean, they've had console releases of Pokemon games before, but they were never like main series.
I think like the last one we had was like Pokken.
Yeah, Pokken. Yeah,
Tekken with Pokemon,
which had its own little fan base. You know, people do enjoy the game.
Shit out of that when I.
Oh, I'd love to try it. I'd love to try it.
Oh fuck yeah. So Ultra Sun and Moon, they released trailers. There was some news, but what we want to talk about is like our wish list from it. There are certain things that in the last couple of games were not in there that we really want in this game. First and foremost, at least from my list, is evolutions. I want 2 more evolutions. We should have gotten one in fucking
Sun and Moon, the first one.
Sun and Moon, the first one. Did they have one X and Y?
Yeah. It was Sylveon.
Was Sylveon in that one?
Yep, fairy type.
Okay, fine. Then what was the other one?
That was it.
Okay, alright, it hasn't been that long.
There's been an evolution in every single generation besides Generation 3, which was Ruby and Sapphire.
Yeah.
And Generation 7 now.
But I want a new evolution every fucking generation.
I know, like a lot of people
There's
people love
18 fucking types.
Give one for each of them.
Give one for each one. Come on.
Which type are you most excited for?
Ghost.
Ghost?
If not Ghost, then Dragon.
But I can't wait for a Dragon evolution.
Ghost. Give me a Ghost.
Give me a Dragon evolution, and I'll be good.
Like I know, like I'm excited for every single one of them. Except like I don't know. Actually, they've done all the shitty ones I don't like. So yeah, no, I should give you all of them now.
Yeah, right.
I mean, yeah, there are things that like I really won't like. They're on my back burner, like Rock and Ground, shit like that. But like top list, I definitely want like Dragon, Bug, Ghost.
I want Dragon. I want Poison.
Poison, I'm actually pretty excited for.
Bug would be pretty cool too. It'd be interesting to see a fighting type.
All right, so if they had to pick 2 for this generation to make, what is your 2?
Give me Ghosts, or no, give me Dragon, and give me. Let's say Bug. Give me Bug.
Dragon and Bug.
Yeah, Dragon and Bug.
I'm gonna say Ghost and Poison. Those sound so fucking cool. What about you on your wish list for Ultra Sun and Moon?
You know, based on the trailer, I might have actually gotten my wish, but I want gyms back. I did not like the trials. I did not like the trials. I mean, they were interesting new twist, and I understand it was kind of like a thing for just the Alola region.
Yeah, for the region itself.
But I mean, because they even had a Pokemon League, and in Sun and Moon, I can say the Pokemon League's surprisingly difficult. You know, like I've swept through most Pokemon games without even thinking, but you get to that champion and you're like, holy shit! You know, I wasn't really. If you don't pay attention, he just knocks out your best Pokemon, and you're like, oh well, fuck.
Yeah, I think having gyms back honestly would be. I don't know why they even took that out. Like,
I mean, gyms have been literally part of the Pokemon formula.
Like an after game thing.
Yeah, I agree with that. The trials would have been really cool. Which I mean, the gym leaders themselves could have hosted them, and
yeah, exactly.
But
as a way of being able to fight the gym leaders game and see like a new team, that like matches your team now. It's like, oh, you have a higher level team, so obviously I think
they're gonna have higher level too.
Didn't they do that in Soul Silver and shit like that?
And yeah, Soul Silver and Heart Gold. You can go back to Kanto, or you can go to Kanto and you can actually face the original gym leaders on higher difficulty as well, but you can get the phone numbers of all the gym leaders and battle them again.
Like, wasn't the Elite Four? Didn't they do that? Like when you fought them the first time, and then you go back.
Yeah, when you go back, they have a
new team, stronger,
a fully updated team too. Like at that time, it was they have Gen 4 Pokemon. Lance had Gen 4 Pokemon, and it was like facing the Gen 4 Dragons was insane. You know, and yet you were still afraid of the Dragonite.
Another thing on my wish list. Bring back, or at least an easier version of Super Trading.
Yes.
EV training.
Actually, super training was in it, I believe.
It is, but it's not as easy as it was before.
Oh yeah.
Super training was so simple. You could sit there for like 20 minutes, just beat it out. There you go. You're super trained. You got your stats in a nice way.
Actually, I thought of a new wish list just now. It popped in my head. I want a Nuzlocke mode or a hard mode, like a more difficult.
Do that as like a downloadable content kind of a thing. Like free, obviously make it free, but don't make it strictly like part of the game itself.
No, that's the thing. Like when you start the game, when you hit new game, you should be able to choose standard, which is just the regular playthrough, hard mode, or like Nuzlocke mode. You know?
Okay, if you did Nuzlocke, do you want them just to do it for just the Pokemon for that generation, or include all the other generations as well and randomize it?
That would be another cool too. Just a way to randomize the game too.
Can you imagine how great like a fucking starter would be if you just randomly just fucking got something great?
Oh, I mean, I watch a lot of Pokemon pidgeys on YouTube and stuff, and like when they randomize, they get some. It'll range from like shit starters like a Magikarp, Pidgey, and a Jinx. And then other playthroughs will be like, oh, this is a Dialga, Salamence, or a, like, Blaziken. You know, you're just like, well, what the fuck?
What do I do now?
Exactly.
Oh, you could get, like, lucky and they get the best shit at the beginning, like getting RCS or some shit like that. And then the rest of the game, it's all, like, level 2 shit, like Mudkip and crap.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the randomizer keep with the levels of the route, but you can literally get anything. Like, you could be going into the Victory Road, and you're like, you know, let's get one, and then you run into like a level 47 Magikarp with Tackle and Flail, and you're like,
that's all I want to see. Just the whole game is just Magikarps. Your team is Magikarps. The gym leaders are Magikarps. The Elite Four are Magikarps. It's nothing but Magikarps.
Just Magikarps.
Just Magikarps.
It's a Magikarp fuckfest.
It's all like, everything's like speed time and stuff like that. It's all coming down to stupid luck.
Right.
That's what I want it to be. Next on my wish list, a similar thing to like the Battle Resort or like the Battle Mansion where you can just grind.
Yeah, I did like the Battle Resort in Heart Gold Soul Silver, and I like the one particular mode.
Wasn't it Battle Mansion in Soul Silver?
No, the Battle Mansion was in Gen 6.
What's the island in
the Battle Resorts?
That's what I said. Battle Resort, isn't it? Yeah, Battle Resort.
There's multiple battles. I don't remember. I don't remember the names of them.
I like the Battle Resort in Alpha Sapphire.
Ruby. Okay, yeah. Oris did it really well. There was a specific game mode in Heart Gold Soul Silver where you could walk in. They gave you pretty much draft picked. You pretty much draft picked 3 Pokemon, and then you use those Pokemon. But whenever you beat somebody, you could swap one of your Pokemon you had for one of their Pokemon. And you would keep going through facing new trainers, and you kept going.
So
I like that.
Do that kind of shit.
That's some interesting little side shit that you could do. That was a lot of fun.
Did they do the same thing with Battle Frontier?
That might have been it, actually.
I think it might have been Battle Frontier.
But
we get like on a train or something like that? Was one of the things? You can like get on a train and you like team up with somebody and then you...
I know there was the battle train in Gen 5.
Yeah.
Which, they did double battles too as well. Those were a lot of fun as well. You know, you always got pissed whenever you got stuck with somebody on your team who just spammed Earthquake. But...
Oh, here's something that's not as like extreme, but like it's something that's been pissing me off about Pokemon games for the longest time. If you get traded a Pokemon that has a nickname, make it so you can fucking get rid of that nickname.
Yes, I agree.
I got it was a Squirtle, and it had perfect stats. It was the nature I wanted. Fucking perfect. But somebody named it like Bubbles or some shit like that. Or like Billy or something really fucking stupid. Not even clever.
Was it like Slappy or something like that?
Like Slappy was Slappy.
That's what it is, yeah.
Fuck. And I love Blastoise. It's one of my favorite starters. I love Blastoise. I want to make a modest-natured Blastoise. And its fucking name pissed me off, and you can't change it. Fucking Game Freak, change that shit. I don't want... to get like a really great natured Pokemon named Chlamydia. I do not want to raise a Pokemon named Chlamydia.
I don't want a Snorlax from Wonder Trade with a burn heel named your mom.
Your mom, yeah. Fuck. Just cut that shit out. Just give me the option. God damn it. You take it to get the nickname Raiden. It's just like, oh, I'm going to rate your Pokemon's nickname called your mom. Or Hyman.
Right. Oh, yeah, it's perfect. You can't change that. Well, fuck you, dude.
Fuck. Anyway. What is it about Pokemon that can get some people heated? I don't know what it is.
I don't know. I don't know.
It's fucking kids game, but goddamn.
Right? It is a kids game, like designed for kids. That is another thing. I would love to see more adult-based Pokemon game. Like, I don't think Game Freak realizes how many of their fans are actually adults.
They're aging with the series. Yeah.
There are more people who play the games that played it when they were younger and pick up the game again as adults than there are kids.
Here's the thing: if I'm a parent. One day, if I have a kid, and they discover Pokemon, and it's like, Daddy, I just found this game called Pokemon, or this anime or series called Pokemon. I love Ash, just like that. I want to, if he says the wrong words, I want to smash his face into the television and say, I want you to watch the original, then come talk to me, you stupid shit.
Right.
I don't want to sound like one of these guys, one of those like hipsters. It's like, I liked it before it was cool, but I liked it before it was cool.
False. Pokemon was
always cool. Yeah. I don't know if I'm joking.
You know, I played Pokemon back when there was like the Mew's under the truck by the SSN.
People still think that's a thing,
right? They do, and it's so funny. Like the myths that would happen around Pokemon, like Pokeblue turned out to be Meryl, and it was a leak for the Gen 2. But you know, like all these like Pokemon gods in the original game, it was all these myths and
that's
shit.
Another thing that pisses me off. Arceus.
What? Arceus himself?
They should have never have made a god Pokemon. Because that's everyone first was like the god of Pokemon. And like, is he really though?
He was an egg. He created the universe, but what gave birth to him?
Exactly. Something had to. What if there were like a million other Arceuses out there?
Right. That'd be pretty cool.
But okay, he just stumbled across this universe and is like, "Hey, I'm gonna shit a world into existence."
Well, I mean, that's one thing they can maybe deal with in With the new Ultra Beasts and stuff, they are talking about. I mean, there's these different dimensions and shit.
Wouldn't it be really great if you actually saw into like the alternate dimension of Oros?
Yeah, that'd be pretty cool.
Or like Mega Evolutions don't exist.
Yeah, they do actually mention that, where the place where the ultimate weapon was never fired.
Are there Mega Evolutions, like actual Mega Evolutions in Sun and Moon?
In Sun and Moon, yes, there are Mega Evolutions. You don't get the stones until post-game. Okay. But yes, so this exists in the same universe as...
I was just saying, like, it would have been great if this actually existed within the timeline where Mega Evolutions didn't exist.
Thing is, though, that they can set themselves up to make any game without it now because of that. You know, they could just be like,
honestly,
it's just
that's actually a brilliant tactic. You know? Whoever came up with that's actually a brilliant tactic.
You know, and it also provided a really easy excuse for them to make the remakes, too. Yeah. You know, like, here's this... It's the same games you know and love, but in this world...
I might sound like a Gen 1 right now, but I really want them to do a modern remake of Gen 1.
Remake Gen 1 again?
Include the new Pokemon, but I would love to go through that experience again. Because I would love to see, like, an HD version. The one town I remember that I got to that I was always excited for was the one where Slivko was.
Saffron City?
Saffron City.
Yeah, it was like the big city.
Yeah, we could actually fight
the gym, the previous gym leader there.
And then you fight Sabrina. Oh, God, she was awesome.
She was kick-ass.
Fucking Sabrina was awesome. Even the episode of her in the Pokemon series was fucking awesome.
I love that Haunter, though. I love that Haunter, though.
Oh, goddamn, she was awesome.
Yeah, she was...
It's like, come on. Like, who didn't scream, show an Alakazam right now?
You know, there's actually the
she
Pokemon...
Have one or she have a Kadabra?
She had a Kadabra in the... Actually, I think she had the Alakazam. Yeah, that late in the game she had an Alakazam.
What about in the series?
In the series, she had Kadabra.
Okay, she did have a Kadabra. I was like, oh my god, Alakazam was... Back then, Alakazam was...
busted
crack.
As fuck.
He was the crack of Pokemon. Say whatever you want about
were
fucking
stupid
Gyarados or Charizard or Dragonite. Fucking Alakazam was the beatstick of that generation.
Dude, Psychic types were...
Oh my god.
Psychic types were fucking busted. And the Gen 1 mechanics were so stupid.
Wasn't there like a mistake like in the programming where like Ghost types
was supposed to beat... Psychics back then, but it was a programming error. It was a programming error. Yeah, they were actually immune to Ghost.
Even that, like, it's even more like on steroids.
Yeah.
These fucks.
So their only weakness was Bug, and the strongest Bug type move back then was Twin Needle. Yeah. And that was only as strong as Tackle. Basically, it was so stupid.
They really did bust a lot of Pokemon in Gen 1.
Gen 1, and like the mechanics themselves in Gen 1 were fucking insane. Yeah. Like. The special defense and special attack stat were the same stat, and it was so stupid powerful.
Alright, moving on from Pokemon, let's get into our next thing.
Alright, for real this time.
God, we've been ranting for Pokemon for a while. feel good like
God, almost 40 minutes.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
I could just go on. It's one of my favorite series.
All right, let's go to the next thing. They released the first official look of Cable for Deadpool 2.
Yes, and he looks pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Badass.
I mean, I've seen pictures of the original Cable in the comics and stuff where he does look a little different. Less bulky, less giant weaponry, but this new one, it's a cool modern day adaptation of a character.
He looks like he can fuck you up.
Oh God, yes.
Oh, yeah. For those uninitiated with the story of Cable, he is the child of Scott Summers, Cyclops, and a clone of Jean Grey, and this is their time-traveling son, who, for most of the comic universe, has had this weird affiliation with Deadpool, where he's showing up time and time again, where there's even a point where Cable turned into like a baby.
That's weird.
Yeah, it was fucking weird. it really was fucking weird.
Although anything associated with Deadpool is kind of messed up.
It's gonna make money now. That's the thing. You could put Deadpool like on a pair of diapers and it's gonna fucking sell.
Right.
Just like Deadpool porn. Like, I'm surprised like Deadpool hasn't like cameoed in Game of Thrones yet or something like that. Like,
just Deadpool hop on Drogo and just
Drogon is. Oh God. Oh fuck. Is it fucking weird? I can actually picture that shit, dude. I can actually fucking picture that.
Fucking White Walkers bite him. No, I'm good.
No,
that's our answer. We're just gonna throw Deadpool at the White Walkers. Call it a day.
That'd be like a that could be one of her Riddick jokes. Like when a White Walker bites Riddick,
it turns into a Furion.
No, it becomes to another Riddick.
Right. Jesus Christ, man. It's like somebody took zombies and ice and we're like, yep, that's a good idea.
Well, it's like the Lich King in World of Warcraft. It's like that Lich shit. He brings back the dead into these ice. He's an ice dragon. If I was like, that's the thing. Like, if I was like Blizzard, I would be like, if Game of Thrones sucked, I'd be like, copyright. If they make an ice dragon, that's beyond copywriting. He's gonna have like a sword, Frostbane, or what it's called.
Yeah, right.
Frostmourne, and it's gonna. Oh God! Like, I take this dragon. Fuck you. I love Game of Thrones though. Yeah, guys, let us know what you think about the Deadpool Cable look. Like, what the fuck? Not really much to talk about on that end. Next thing, for those anime fans out there, there's one particular anime that has been dominating the anime world for the last couple of years, and it's Attack on Titan. They finally gave sort of a release date for Attack on Titan Season 3.
Spring 2018.
Spring 2018. After watching this last season, I am damn well excited for it.
A lot of people were upset that it was so short this past season, but there was so much in this past season that
there was.
It was amazing.
I was surprised it would shorten it down into a couple of 12 episode series. Like, fuck.
They're doing it very well. I'm really glad to see anime has learned from mistakes like Dragon Ball Z, like stuff like shonen anime that just drags shit out for so long. Yeah. I mean, I don't mean to bash it. Dragon Ball Z is my favorite series.
Get to the fucking point. You don't have to,
there's times you sit there and
you don't need to have 20 episodes for one 5-minute fight.
Yeah.
Just get fucking to it. I love, like, the fact that they explain, like, the backstory of, like, the Titan shifters and stuff like that. It's actually kind of like, I know a lot of anime, like, when they explain how certain things work for some characters, like after Dragon Ball, when they explain, like, the reason Goku is so strong because
he's a Saiyan.
Because he's a Saiyan. He's an alien, so his race just does that.
Yeah.
Like, then it was like kind of like, that's, I don't know how to think about that.
A lot of series are just like, you just kind of have to take it for what it is. But there's series that are like, there are series that are like really, well, this is what happens, this is why, this is where it comes from, like stuff like this. Now that they're explaining the Titan shifters and all that, and it's just. You have reasoning behind everything.
Yeah, there is an excellent explanation. I find it believable. It's interesting. It doesn't feel fleshed out. It doesn't feel like, we could turn into this because we're just born that way. Or,
it's not just plot power. It's not just like, he can do this because of reasons. It's like, he can do this because of this,
because of these certain things. It's like, and I kind of like the fact, I also like the fact that, like, if you have this power, you're cursed, you can only live, like, a certain, like, max of, like, 15 years or something like that. Yeah. Which just pretty much tells you, like, all of these main characters are just gonna fucking die.
Right, eventually. I mean, that's one thing that I'm definitely sick of anime doing, is, like, it's like a lot of these, especially shonen anime. Yeah, it's like, it removes any form of, like, worry or
I know.
You know, like in Dragon Ball, the original Dragon Ball, when they killed off people, it was like, yes, you know, like you got upset, you were like, oh, sad, and then the Dragon Balls, and now Dragon Ball Z, the entire series is just laughs at death.
You bring it back to life.
Exactly. Like even in Dragon Ball Super now, they're like, oh, the Tournament of Power, Xeno's going to wipe out the universes. Well, fuck you. We have the Super Dragon Balls. Like
exactly. So it's like a lot of these animes, just like with like Aizen and Dragon
in Bleach.
Or just
they've killed some people off in Bleach, though. I mean, it was never like primary characters. Like they killed off Toshiro in the anime.
All right, yeah.
In the manga, which was really cool. They killed off Unohana in the manga. Spoilers. They killed off.
Red flag.
I probably should have warned that at the beginning, but they especially in this last arc in the Bleach manga, they've killed people off. You know.
Yeah.
But like I read the Fairy Tail manga, and I was so fucking pissed because there was so many opportunities they had to kill off important people.
That's
like even Makara was like he used fairy law to wipe out thousands of people, and Mavis was like the cost of fairy law is your own lifespan, and he used it against all these people. It's highly implied he's dead, but no, he shows up and he's that's fucking he's just crippled from the waist down. Like fuck you
to kill people. Yes, it's like Game of Thrones. You fall in love with them, but because they die, it makes a stronger bond.
But the problem with that too is because like Game of Thrones, you're almost afraid to love characters.
Yeah.
Because of that, like you detach yourself from the series because you're like the one thing. I mean, I know it started a lot of people, but with the Red Wedding in Game of Thrones, when it happened, I was so
it was shocking.
It was just personally, it was just more like it was par for the course for Game of Thrones. I'm like,
it's not like it's unexpected.
I mean,
it was a situation.
It was mortifying. I don't deny that, but at the same time, it had less of an impact in Game of Thrones than it would have in anything else.
No, but like the situation involved and the timing, it just came it sprung out of nowhere, and it's I'm gonna gut stab this pregnant woman.
Yeah.
Then it's just like, what the fuck just happened?
But we just need a good balance of like when you look at a character and you see them mortally wounded, you still think they might die.
Yeah.
Instead of you look at them and they're like,
is that like fucked up? Like there's so many shows that have this formula that you're like, this main character's not going to die because then they wouldn't continue on. It's fucked up that they have this formula now for all these series.
Like, it's especially in those series I laugh at so hard. Like, they try to make prequel series and, like, try to put these characters in danger that are in the next series. You're like, why waste your time with that? You know these people, like the Star Wars prequels did that too, and like, Obi-Wan's in danger, Anakin's in danger. No, they're fucking not.
We know they're going to live. We know this happens. We've seen what happens. There's no point. Yes, all right, plot, whatever. Even though those people barely had any plot whatsoever. Fuck the first movie, first off. But no, there's formula to this shit now. Where it's like, you don't fear that anymore. Game of Thrones, you can fear that. Any moment, a main character could die. So you're always on the edge of your seat.
Yes, but again, that almost detaches you from liking the character. You're like in your heart, I love this character, but your mind's like, don't love this character, don't fall in love with this character, they're gonna die. I can guarantee.
But after that happens, you're gonna do it. You're gonna be like, I love that character. Why do they have to happen?
And then you're mortified when they die, but at the same time, you're like, why didn't I see this coming?
Exactly. Yeah, but like that's the thing. Anime, games, movies, they need to stop with this formula of, what's the point of putting this main character in danger? We know he's going to get out of it. It's like the fucking Die Hard movies with Bruce Willis.
Exactly. You know he's going to fucking live.
Into like world-ending shit that you're like, this one, I don't see how this would happen. Two, you know he's going to get out of it.
Exactly.
What's the fuck? It's like in Terminator. Like, they tell you the future.
Yeah, exactly.
They tell you the future. What the fuck are you going to do to change it? Nothing's going to happen.
Exactly.
John Connors is going to get to this point in the future. He's going to send the Terminator back in time. It's this endless span of time.
It's just this huge cycle.
It's all it is. You know what's going to happen. Nothing's going to change it. What's the fucking point? We know what's going to happen. Fuck that. I don't know. How did Attack on Titan get into this like angry spurt of shit? Like, fuck.
What? Because they're doing things right, and we're noticing the flaws with everything else now. That's the problem.
Here's the series, people are actually dying.
Exactly.
People are going to die.
I understand, like, people may argue that Eren Yeager fall into that same character, or that category right at the beginning, where, like, it looked like they killed him off when he got eaten, but there was still explanation behind it. He was a Titan
there was a
shifter.
reason behind it.
He transformed. Whenever he is in that mortal danger, that is when the Titan shift happens.
Series they could totally 100% redeem if they just went back and made a small tweak?
Oh?
If they brought Sword Art Online and Elf Online back, and as they're about to, like, get out of the game, they won, somebody just standing there and puts a bolt in his head.
That'd be kind of cute.
Just shoots him in the head, like, I'm alive! And you see his cousin fucking him and shit like that, and she's like, no, you shouldn't have waken up! And he strangles him to death. He's in this anemic state, he's just like, ugh! And he fucking just strangles him, and he dies. That would make the series great. Just do it like that.
There's enough wrong with Sword Art Online, though. Continue going.
The first part of it, Sword Art Online, was actually really good.
Sword Art Online was amazing.
Elfheim Online was shit. Beyond shit.
Yes, because the problem is they took this... one of the problems is they took this amazing character, this strong female character, and turned her into a damsel. And tentacle porn, too. Which is and some creep shit.
Why?
And incest, and, like...
They were cousins. But I don't know. They fucked with that series so much.
They did. They really did.
Moving on to something that's gonna make us really happy. For all the news, Star Wars Episode 8 release date. We already know there's a release date for December 15, 2017. A lot of people do this, but as it's getting closer, we're getting more and more excited.
Yes,
holy fun shit.
I mean, I finally caught Rogue One. It was like 2 weeks ago.
I haven't. I won't.
I was extremely disappointed. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, it didn't feel like a Star Wars movie to me. I mean, I understand, like, you see Darth Vader at the end.
It's like they say it's a Star Wars story.
I know, it just, to me, it was so upsetting. It was such a letdown to me that, it just upset me that I don't. It upset me. It really did. I felt let down. I felt unfortunate, and I really can't explain it. It just did not feel like a Star Wars movie.
Yeah, I mean, that's what they say. It's a Star Wars story. It's like calling it like Star Wars Rogue One, I think, was a bit of a stretch.
Yes, if anyone, it should have just been called. It should have just been Rogue One. I mean,
and just I advocated for being in the Star Wars universe. Do not put the Star Wars tagline.
Exactly. I understand the importance of the story and how it affected the universe as a whole.
Did we really need to know it?
I know it's, they dropped the line in the movie, in the original trilogy, just like, so many people died getting us this information, and you do see that in the movie, but Darth Vader, apparently the 5 minutes Darth Vader's in it is the best part of the entire movie, and I can agree with that. But it's just, at that point it almost felt like they shoehorned Vader in just to draw a crowd, It is kind of fucked up, like, the fact that, like, it does seem that they only shoot horn in him. That, and like, I saw the scene where he's like getting the water taken out of the tank, and you see he's like only probably like 28 at this point or something, maybe even younger. But like, it's like, really? You guys are like, okay, it's within the realm of Star Wars, but it's not the Star Wars that we're wanting, the one we're looking for. Now, exactly. I'm not bitching. I'm saying there's probably people out there who really love Rogue One. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with that, but as far as the movie goes, it was a good movie. Don't get me wrong; it was a good movie. It had a very good plot,
but as a
very likable characters. Yeah. But again, it's when I think Star Wars, it's you think Sith versus Jedi.
I've been saying that for
what
years.
It is. I truly didn't understand it until I watched Rogue One, and it just felt empty to me.
Yeah.
Because there was the character in there, I forgot his name, who was a former Jedi,
the blind
guy who used the Force to guide himself, but he still wasn't a Jedi.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't know.
That's the thing, though. Like, I know, like, here's the thing, though. When Han Solo comes out, they're just calling it Han Solo.
Yes.
They took out the Star Wars tagline.
Yes.
Same thing when they make the Boba Fett movie, which I don't know if they confirmed or not, but
the thing is about that is, too,
keep Star Wars out of the title.
The thing is about them, too, though, is something that will make it seem more like a Star Wars movie is Han Solo is Han Solo.
Here's the thing,
you know him. You love him.
Here's a good example. What if in the Logan movie they put X-Men Logan?
It wasn't an X-Men movie.
Exactly. It would have fucked with it the entire time. People would be asking like, "Oh, where's Cyclops? Where's all these other people?" No, it is not an X-Men movie. It's just some people from the universe in their own story.
But the difference
Same
with
Rogue One.
But the difference with this one, Rogue One itself, Rogue One almost differs from Logan itself because Logan had a name you knew.
Yes.
Logan had was a character you knew. Even if they attached the X-Men name to it, you would still be like, it's still Wolverine. You love Wolverine. You love Logan. But Rogue One, there was no characters you knew, no characters you care about. With this Han Solo movie, it's Han fucking Solo.
You know who Han Solo is.
You know him, you love him, and he fits in the Star Wars universe.
But that's the thing, keep Star Wars out of the name. That's the thing, Marvel had the goodness to know, it's like, we're gonna not put X-Men into this title. It's not an X-Men movie.
Yeah.
Same with this. It's not a Star Wars movie. It's characters who just so happen to take place within the Star Wars universe.
It affects the Star Wars canon. It affects the Star Wars.
Star Wars as we know.
Exactly.
Star Wars.
Exactly. It's an offshoot. It's a side series.
It's a side thing, which I'm not complaining about. Hey, more Star Wars movies, the better.
If they wanted
don't call it a Star Wars movie.
One of the best ways they could have attached the Star Wars name to it and made it still relevant would have been like from the creators of Star Wars, or
in the world,
yes,
in the universe of Star Wars.
Yes, exactly.
Within the in the extended universe of Star Wars, some of that. But you have to, I guess, you have to push that it is in the Star Wars universe, but it's not a Star Wars movie. It's in its own standalone thing.
And again, one of the things they did in the trailers for Rogue One is they showed Vader, and you're like, all right, this is he's going to be in it. It's going to be the Sith. You're going to see Sith. You're going to see Jedi.
A little bit because if the first
he was in there for 5 minutes.
But that's the thing. If people didn't know he was in it, and then just out of nowhere Vader shows up, people would have lost their shit.
Huge plot
They should have kept that shit secret.
It would have been a huge
pointed
bomb.
at it, never said anything to it. Just and then people would find out in the movie. It's like, dude, we just saw Rogue One. Vader's in it.
And that's one of these things that I don't like about certain marketing tactics that are they should keep shit like that secret, because if they show Vader, they're gonna drag people in. Don't get me wrong, but more people will be dragged in if people are there's a huge plot, there's a huge twist.
It's like Vader, a false statement. It's like they show Vader in the trailer. And it's like, oh, Vader's in it. And it's Star Wars. Let's go see it. But
all the excitement. All the excitement they could have dragged into it by leaving it a surprise is now disappointment, because he's there for 5 minutes. I understand his scene is badass as hell. He slaughters people. He's amazing, but it's still underwhelming because
I would love to see a 7-1 Vader movie.
Oh God, yes, I would love that.
That would make a fuck ton of money. Pick one of the good stories from the extended universe where the one he goes to one of these planets and just slaughters the populace. Show us the dark side of Vader, because so far in the movies, you've never really seen too much. Killing the Padawans.
That was implied, though. The problem is you never really see it.
You see a glimpse of it.
You saw the holocron, and that's about it. If you really wanted to sell his dark side, you would have showed that scene.
Make a rated R Star Wars.
Exactly. Make a rated R.
They've shown him a rated R Marvel
slaughtering
movie.
them.
It shows you can make a rated R Marvel movie and it'll fucking kill.
And it will.
Make a rated R Star Wars movie. Show the fucking the no fucks given Darth Vader. Show him slaughtering the shit out of people. And just being I don't give a fuck if you die. I want you to know.
Almost take the side path the Force Unleashed games did. Not with the Padawan himself there, but Vader was tasked with hunting down these remaining Jedi, these remaining survivors.
He
could have traveled planet to planet.
That's it. Make that movie him hunting down surviving Jedi.
It was amazing. The opening of the Force Unleashed games, the first one was amazing because you played as Vader, and you're just slaughtering these people.
And slaughtering Wookiees,
all these Wookiees just to get to this Jedi.
Great.
And then you just annihilate the fuck out of this Jedi. It was beautifully done, and then you switch to this character you don't know.
The rest of the game was kind of whatever, but
the rest of the game was really good. Don't get me wrong, but it's just compared to the beginning, it just kind of blew you.
Darth Vader, just make a radar Darth Vader movie.
Yes.
It will fucking make money.
We'll love it.
It will kill. Do it. Anyway, moving on to our next segment. What the fuck?
Now this one, for once, I knew about this, and you did.
Let me finish my tagline. What the fuck? I want to finish now. Thanks. Welcome to a segment called "What the Fuck," where we explore things in the media or TV or shit like that, where in video games. You threw me the fuck off. Now I can't even talk. Anytime we see something in the world of nerd or geek that makes us go, what the fuck? Thanks. Now we gotta speed through it. So fucking go ahead.
So, as I was saying, I actually knew about this one, and he did not, and I was genuinely shocked.
This made me scream, what the actual fuck? That, like, seriously. Like, okay, so, alright. So, this has to do with Sir Christopher Lee. Yes, he's dead. God bless him. Rest in peace. Fucking awesome.
Count Dooku himself.
Count Dooku, Saruman, Dracula.
Yeah.
Okay. He, in his, like, 80s, released a heavy metal album.
Yes!
I had no fucking clue. I talked to other people about this. They knew about this.
Yes!
I had no fucking clue.
And the fact you did not know genuinely shocked me. I'm not a metal fan either, and like I knew about this, and it.
I would never assume this Saruman or
literally, this was the conversation we had. He fucking called me. He's like, did you know Christopher Lee released a heavy metal album? He's shocked all hell. I'm like, yeah.
That's the thing. I thought it was gonna shock the fuck out of you when we were sitting at.
Did you not know this?
No. I had no goddamn clue.
I was so confused. I'm like, are you busting my balls? Did you not know about this?
I had no fucking clue. I overheard somebody talking about it, and I'm just like, you fucking pulled my balls here. It's like, no. I looked it up. He actually is a fucking. He sings heavy metal.
Yes.
What? Serious fuck.
He's Count Dooku. He's Dracula.
Saruman.
He's knighted. He's.
I don't know what to fucking say to this.
It's amazing.
What the fuck? I honestly had no idea what to say to this.
It's funny. Dude, he lived a good life. You know,
Dude, I hope I have the balls in my 80s to release a heavy metal album. I'm like, Saruman. Like, is it Screamo? Like, I didn't listen to really.
I never listened to it. All I knew is he sung in it. And
I hope he sings about the devil. Like, that's all I wanted. Dude, I wouldn't be surprised if Christopher Lee was the devil.
Right, he's saying himself. He was just here to have a blast.
Just,
and,
like, hobbits, Satan, rock all night. Dude, I would, if he was still alive, I would get a GoFundMe, Patreon thing, just to get him to do a Slipknot album or a Kiss. Do something really fucked up.
Just cover band it, you know?
Yeah, cover band that shit. I want to see them. I was a monster. I don't know how the fucking lyrics go.
That'd be insane, though, you know?
I will rock and roll all night. Party every day. Hobbits. Hobbits.
Master Yoda.
I was a creature before I could stand. I'm in my 80s.
Oh, Jesus.
I was in Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. Go fuck yourselves.
Really, you think about it. I mean, he was in 3 of the biggest fictional trilogies of all time, you know?
Give me your 3. What are the 3?
I said he was in not 3. I'm sorry, I was thinking 3 because they're trilogies, but he was in 2 of the biggest
Star Wars
fictional,
and Lord of the Rings.
So I mean,
and
I know
Hobbit. He was also in the Hobbit too.
Yeah. He should have been the Hobbit as well.
Goddamn. This guy was a fucking rock star. How did I not know this shit?
He's amazing. He was knighted. He's a rock star. He's a movie star. Not even an actor. Fucking movie star.
Am I gonna find out tomorrow like Patrick Stewart did porn in his 70s or some shit like that? After doing playing Captain Picard, there was this time period where he just got in this weird depression, so he did porn. And he's just his bald head, some weird Asian dominatrix one is just rubbing oil on his head and just being stroke the tip of the cock or something.
It wouldn't surprise me. I mean,
I want this to be a thing.
You'd be surprised at the weird shit
that shows about porn,
right?
Holy fuck! Oh my god, this seriously needs to be a thing. Okay, that would be cool to see Christopher Lee and C. McKellen just laying down a track, just bird, just Gandalf comes in and just
that'd be hilarious.
Playing his guitar, and then Saruman comes in with a staff and it's a microphone, and it's just the Nazgul are coming, and then
Count Dooku's drumming with lightsabers. Alright,
then in comes swooping Patrick Stewart, like in a CG in whatever the ship he was in Star Trek. He just comes down. He beams in, and he comes in Kiss armor. So he's wearing like a drag, and he's coming down here with like electric guitar, just with like that's like. Looks like a pair of spread legs and like head on a Tenacious D, and he's
he just licks it
as he's just coming up the legs.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
We're gonna go start like a GoFundMe for this. We're gonna need to somehow get bring
necromancy. We have to bring
Christopher Lee back to life. Let's get like Stan Lee and shit to do that before
Stan Lee in as well. Yeah, you know.
God, this really did fuck with me a little bit. I had no fucking clue. I thought they were fucking with me when I heard this. I'm like,
right.
What the fuck? Okay.
Moving on
to the next thing. It seems like every week we have like this tradition of like this trend of like talking about movies coming out that just makes me go, what the fuck? I keep the plot synopsis from Mike.
He does. He hides it from me. He likes to see my reactions for whatever reason.
I don't know. It's kind of funny. All right, so this is the name. It's called The Ice Cream Truck. This is the plot of the movie. Mary's husband gets relocated for work, which allows her to move back to her suburban hometown. As her family ties up loose ends back home, Mary moves into their new house all alone and waits. Although her familiar suburb is a constant reminder of her youth, something seems strange. A local ice cream man with a love of nostalgia starts to kill some of her neighbors. Mary is torn between her mature instincts that something is wrong and the distracting memories of her younger days. How do you eat an ice cream cone? Do you lick it or do you bite?
What the fuck?
See, this is fucked up!
Where do you find these fucking movie plots?
I know, they're fucking great!
That is beyond jacked up. I am so fucking... Why do people come up with this shit?
I don't fucking know. Killer Ice Cream Man! Why not? We have a killer clown. Why not just have a phobia for everything?
Oh my god.
I don't know.
I think we're getting a headache thinking about this. This is...
So a woman moves back to her family home. Neighbors start dying, and somehow she knows it's the ice cream man or something?
I don't know.
How old is this fucking ice cream man that he's going back to killing people who was killing in her youth? It's just like an 80-year-old ice cream man who's just like, he's like suffocating people with ice cream cones.
Right.
Like, fat kids in the back.
Giving diabetes, just got a direct IV of ice cream into their body.
We found holes in the person's body full of snow, like cones.
You know, it's strangely ice cream cone shaped.
Oh, he stabbed her to death with an ice cream cone. How the fuck is that even possible? I don't know, but he did it.
He just has a dagger shaped like an ice cream cone, you know, that's all it is. He kills people with an ice cream scoop, that's what it is. I'd like to see that CSI episode.
The killer ice cream man.
Law and Order Criminal Intent. You telling me this ice cream man gets off on killing fat kids?
And he put after he kills them, he cuts them up and puts them in his ice cream.
Right? Jesus Christ. Love to see Ice Cube talk about that fucking one.
Ice Cube and the ice cream man? All
right, there we go.
Let's do it. Holy fuck. Just what the fuck?
I hate these so much. What? Stupid people.
I know.
Maybe Sci-Fi will get their hands on it. Who knows? Be the next Sharknado 2.
Every single one of these that we've talked about so far, I want to see. Just to know how shitty they are.
Right,
Sharknado became a call hit. Why not the Ice Cream Man?
Right.
Oh, you had Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger, Mike Myers, Leatherface. Now we have the Ice Cream Man.
Oh my god.
One scoop or two. Oh, fuck. The haunted ice cream truck.
I mean, stupid murders fits with our next fucking topic, too.
Okay, yeah, moving on from the ice cream. Okay. So, there's this anime that I watched, called The Future Diaries. There was one, okay. The subject matter is not all that fucked up. Like, people killing, there's a power they can get to become a god. Deus Ex Machina, the god of time or space, some shit like that. It's have a tournament where whoever is left standing, your phones can tell you certain shit. If you win, you become the next me. That's not the fucked up part. The one character in this pink-haired...
His girlfriend, the Yasandre or whatever the hell.
The Yandere.
Yandere.
What the fuck?
It's like, talk about a woman being obsessed with you to the point they will murder anyone.
Like, even your own mother. Like, what the... There's a scene where she kidnaps him, like, euthanizes him, basically. He's just sitting in this car, like, high out of his mind, just fucking stoned. And she's like, okay, time to do your pees and poops. And just comes up to him, like, this canister, and she's like, okay, go ahead and piss and shit in here. What the fuck? She's really in her bra and panties and shit, and most of the time I'd be turned on. But not in this situation.
I don't know, I think I'd strangely be turned on by a woman who would murder anybody.
Couldn't do it! No, I can't do it. No. What the fuck?
I don't know, it's just that look where she has her hands on her face and, like, just staring, and she's got the little drop of blood on her face, and you're just like...
She's like, oh, I just want to fuck you right now.
You know, I'd be like, oh.
Clean the blood off you first, and the brain matter.
No.
Clean up the bodies.
No, I think I'd be turned on by it.
What the fuck is wrong with you, you sick fuck? You know what? Fine, fuck a Pokemon, but don't tell me you're gonna fuck this batshit crazy Yandere.
I don't know. Somebody who's obsessed with me to the point of kidnapping and murder. I'd take it.
So you want to be so blitzed out of your mind? You're practically brain dead.
No. I wouldn't even have to be that. Like, she'd be like, oh, I want you. Okay.
Very sad and pathetic. How lonely are you?
She just looked at me and be like, huh, that was easier than I thought.
How fucking lonely are you?
I had like a 28 phase kidnap plan going on. No, where are we going? Let's do it.
What's a serious fuck? Your parents, your
I take advantage of her. I don't know. I feel like it'd appeal way too much to that inner like psychosis. You know, just be like,
your mom's missing.
Here's this
your
person.
Your brothers and sisters start missing.
I don't know. Here's this person I could manipulate to do anything. I'd be like, all right, let's do this.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yes.
This is beyond fucked.
I am a ginger.
I don't get
that is what's wrong with me, and she has pink hair, so it fit. Kind of.
You should be certifiably tased.
Probably.
You need no.
Hey, getting tased is on my bucket list, man.
Psychological help. This no.
No.
I draw a line.
Psychologists hire me to make people crazy.
Listen, if she was just threatening people, fine. She's like that one Brigoli bitch, the Cash Me Outside chick. Whatever. But once you start like killing like your third cousin twice removed just because of the off chance that they might have something to do with you, then that's fucking nuts.
Well, who knows? But
the fuck.
I don't know. I think I'd be able to manipulate her enough to tame her, like point her in the right direction, as opposed to have her just go on a genocidal rampage. I'll just aim her. It's like, oh, that person pissed me off. Okay. Oh, that person annoyed me. Okay.
Get the fuck out!
Hey, Donald Trump is president. I don't want him there. Okay.
We need to lock this shit down right now. No, just everything about this is wrong. Everything about this needs to end. No more!
I'm gonna have an FBI van outside of my apartment by the end.
NSA is listening to this and be like, oh, he's got a thing for the Yandere chick. He's a psychopath.
Right? Apparently I gotta move to Japan. That's where it is.
Just fucking... Here's the thing, though. If this is a common occurrence in Japan, they need to bomb that. They need to bomb... Japan. It needs to be taken care of. Blow it off the map.
Right.
Drop napalm, Nagasaki, that shit again.
No. Japan is Mecca for nerds, you know? So you can't do that.
Yes, but I have to share it Mecca
with... Nerds of the universe would literally kill you if you got rid of Japan.
I'm doing a public service getting rid of what the fuck this thing is. Oh, I love you. I'm gonna kill everyone around you just in case. The fuck?
You know the funny thing? Ironically, I saw a picture of Gardevoir doing that exact face, and it says, "I killed all your other Pokemon, so you could only choose me." And I lost it. I laughed so hard when I saw it. I really did.
That is disturbing as fuck.
It's funny, so.
No! This is disturbing.
I'm sorry, my inner maniac that I keep bottled up is coming out.
Okay, the FBI watch list is now just... You're on the FBI watch. You're top of the watch list.
Come at me, bro.
Get the fuck out.
Throw me in jail.
What the fuck? No. What the fuck? No. Just... If you see a baby that looks like this, you can tell that a baby's gonna turn out this way. Like Adolf Hitler as a child. Like, there's no cute pictures of that kid at all.
Right.
It's all just crazy bullshit. Kill that thing. Just kill it.
Kill it with fire.
Burn it alive. Like, crush it with a rock. Drown it. Whatever. Just, Hunchback of Notre Dame, that shit. Or, just get rid of it. Oh, a baby? Oh, a monster. Just chuck down the well. God damn it.
Except the Hunchback wasn't thrown down a well. He was just thrown
He was about to be.
Except he was instead he got put in a church bell tower.
And look how well that is. He's probably like, oh yeah, wasn't the original story he accidentally broke what's-her-face's back?
Something like that.
Like, oh, I am angry. I'm gonna go fuck the corpse, then I'm gonna eat it.
Something like
Whatever he doesn't eat, he's
something like
fuck.
that.
The fuck? Yeah, he's gonna fucking take the body. He's gonna eat it. He's gonna fuck the remains. Oh my god!
It's insane. It really is. But
give us the intro for the next part. My brain needs to.
So the next is Geek Rants, and today we have a couple topics that
it's a new segment.
It's a new little segment that we're basically going to talk about some certain things that have been annoying us, or things we've noticed that we just want to
rant about.
Essentially, rant about, rage about, and hopefully rectify some problems.
Some of the shit needs to end. All right, what's our first topic?
First thing is that, like, any battle debates, like in anime, video games, movies,
pairing two characters who are unrelated at all together, like,
and
for example,
who would win in a fight?
Superman versus Goku.
That is probably the biggest one.
It needs to fucking end.
Not the pairing themselves need to end. It's the idiots who are, oh, Goku's God, Goku can kill it, oh, Superman can kill people with a thought.
No, what's really annoying me lately? People who think, like, Naruto is, like, the greatest thing ever.
Yes, I don't know why. Listen, Naruto is a great character, don't get me wrong, and in his respective universe, he is extremely powerful. Yeah. But you start pairing him against, like, these phenomenal cosmic beings.
Who can destroy whole planets. I'm sorry. I don't think Naruto can destroy a planet.
Literally, like, Superman could pull a planet out of orbit. Superman flew out of a black hole.
Naruto just says believe it. I don't give a fuck.
Goku can destroy planets. Goku can stop planet bursting things. You think he's gonna stand up to them? You're an idiot. I love death battles and I love debates like this, but only when they pair people that are a decent level, like on similar levels. Like, if it's going to be a one-sided battle and you know it, screw the fanboy.
Exactly.
Screw it and just accept it. Like,
it just needs to end. This kind of thing needs to end.
And especially when people are getting in these debates, it resorts to insults and bullshit. No, like, if anything, that's just a sheer sign of surrender.
Like, I think one of the original big ones is like, when you put too much faith in a character, just because you like them doesn't mean they're all that great. Like, Broly is the number one.
Oh, dear God, here we go.
Just because, okay, listen, he's a cool character, there's an interesting lore behind him, but it doesn't make him the greatest thing in the whole fucking world. Oh, he's Broly, he's the legendary Super Saiyan. Who gives a fuck?
Listen, it's just a fucking title. I understand when he was first, in his first movie, he was fucking fantastic.
There was nothing else to go off.
There was four Super Saiyans and a Namekian that had, and Piccolo, who was already above Super Saiyan, got ass raped by him.
Yeah, okay.
He was powerful, he was amazing, he was brutal. His character was very well done.
Yeah.
I understand he had a stupid, Goku cried a lot as a kid, so that's his motivation, but in itself,
so
him in itself, outside of his motivations, is phenomenal. Here's, like, in his tame state, he's calm, he's in fact pathetically weak. But once he transforms, he's this fucking brutal monster that doesn't give a fuck. He lays out Vegeta like nothing. Vegeta, I'm the prince of all Saiyans, including you. Well, come and make me bow. Like, he just gives no fucks whatsoever.
He's got a cool intro, but
he's powerful.
He has so much.
But Dragon Ball fans, a lot of Broly fans, just suck his dick so hard. Broly's the legendary Super Saiyan. Broly can solo the universe.
It's happening to Naruto right now.
Naruto does it. Goku fans are like it. Superman fans are like. Even there are Batman fans who are like, Batman would beat Dr. Manhattan. Really?
Listen. You can have your fandom. Love the character, absolutely. I embrace that shit. But when you start like saying, "Oh, this character can beat this character because," well, give me your reasons. Well, because you did this. What the fuck?
The point is, a debate is a debate, not some stupid shit show.
A debate is a two-sided conversation.
Exactly.
If it's one-sided, then it's just an argument.
Exactly. And like these people who pose like Naruto versus Goku. Listen, I respect Naruto's character. I respect the series. I like Naruto as a character. But Goku is infinitely stronger. He really is. Like, Goku versus Superman fans. I love... Dragon Ball is my favorite series. Dragon Ball Z is my favorite series. Yeah. Easily. I love Goku. I love Vegeta. I love all of them. But Superman wins. I'm sorry.
It just happens.
It just is. Especially when you break it down like the way... We're referencing at this point, but Death Battles or Screw Attack, they actually apply the math to everything, the physics behind it, all of that. Right, and people still try to argue. Yeah. There are cases where I disagree personally, but like Goku versus Superman, listen, Superman is just...
That's how it works.
You can't deny how stupidly... Superman was literally designed to be unbeatable, essentially. That's what he is. Superman's character himself is not a story of a hero saving people. It's this person who doesn't belong on the planet making a life for himself, basically.
I saw something that annoyed me a little bit. There was a T-shirt that was put out, and it was the Avengers, and they were talking to Goku. And it was him saying, and basically the only words is, "And that's how I saved the world." Goku saved the world how many hundred fucking times? Many, many times. Not just that, but universes. At this point, I think probably
kind of. I mean, if Goku, it's more his stupid ambition to fight strong people than it is.
But then you have like the Avengers who've like once again done that too, and have pretty much stopped universe like destroying entities from coming in. Now I saw another version of that with Naruto.
Naruto saved the ninja world.
Sitting down with the Avengers and him going, and that's how he saved the world. No, he fucking didn't.
He had help. I mean, I understand he is the protagonist of his series.
And you can say Goku has help, but when it comes to that kind of thing, no, he really doesn't.
Like,
I'm not the biggest fan of Goku at all, but one thing I need to do is you need to stop, like, it's happened for years. Goku was going through it, now it's Naruto. People overhyping this character, the feat of godhood, and saying, "Oh, he can do anything because of no, just fucking stop." It needs to stop.
I mean, I love debating these battles. I really do. But it's when I get in it with a person who understands their fucking character and digs down into their actual feats and abilities instead of their stupid plot power and their stupid fandom.
Do I think Naruto's an interesting character? Yeah, he's pretty cool. I actually like his character.
Naruto as a character, especially cool everything he has, is very well made. He's got a
great story, great plot to the series, but it doesn't make him...
Even within his universe, he is incredibly powerful.
But that doesn't make him the strongest thing within anime.
Yes, it drives me nuts.
It's something that needs to end, and it's something we wanted to rant about. Alright, the next one is something that I know I'm going to lose my shit once I get into it. The next thing we're for Geek Rant is video game release dates, particularly Square Enix.
Now, we have talked about this before.
Fuck. Yes, but this is something we wanted to go in a little more detail on this one and actually like put some emphasis on some things and actually, talk about. Okay. Yes, like for the most part, Square Enix is the one who really suffers from this. Do not fucking talk about a game 10 years before it's even fucking released. Stop fucking doing this.
As far as I'm concerned, unless your game is more than 75% done, keep it a fucking secret.
At least a year away from coming out.
If you want to say, yes, we're working on it, that's one thing. Don't give us a fucking trailer.
Tell us.
Don't hype us up.
And this is coming. We'll tell you when and make it seem like, it's like a year away. When it's like 5 years away.
If in an interview somebody says, "Are you working on this?" and you say, "Yes, we're working on it," sure, that is one thing that's fine. But if you're in like a colossal pref crowd, if you're at like E3 and you fucking release a trailer for your game, it had better be no more than 2 years out.
There's some examples of this, like we talked about last time, about like Final Fantasy VII, Kingdom Hearts 3. Those are the big ones I can think of. Like,
yes,
right
they did that. I really can't think of any right now besides Square Enix.
I want to say maybe Mass Effect.
No, Mass Effect Andromeda. It was only a couple of years. I know
I'm gonna
that
say 3 years.
Halo 4 did this.
Okay, Halo 4 then.
Halo 4 did this, I believe. I believe they released it like 4 years before their...
Kingdom Hearts... Alright, was it Kingdom Hearts 3 showed their first trailer E3 2013?
Something like that. It's been 5-6 years.
28 fucking team. Holy fucking shit! Same thing with Final Fantasy 7. Okay, now Final Fantasy 7 is more recently.
I mean, they really haven't had a trailer or anything.
2016,
but
they showed you some gameplay a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say that one is a huge issue, but the fact that they did it for like Final Fantasy 15 and a couple of the other things, like, cut that shit out. It needs to fucking end.
They're pushing it off, and they're pushing it off, and they're pushing it off. I understand games run into problems. I do understand that game development is a very complicated
But until you can 100%
field.
say, this is going to come out at this point...
Exactly, that's
don't fucking
unless
show
your
us,
game is...
Don't tell us.
Exactly.
Leave the fuck alone.
Unless
Let
your
it be a
game is near
surprise.
completion, leave it be.
No, it's fucking stupid.
Pokemon Sun or Pokemon the Pokemon Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon, they released the trailer
like
this year.
It was like a year. Like, wasn't it like the last one came? A Pokemon Sun and Moon came out November
last year.
16. It is now going to be
2 years. Yeah,
2016.
Okay. But the thing is, though,
it's only been a year.
The thing is, though, they never said they were going to release another one.
No,
they did not release Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon trailer until like 3-4 months ago.
Exactly.
And it's coming out this year.
That's how you do it. You don't put up hype for a game. Say, it's in development. Put out a big ass trailer.
I don't care if it's in development.
Ass thing. Put out like, it's coming.
I don't care if it's in development. I want to know if it's coming out.
Don't tell, like, unless you can 100% say this is the day it's coming out, or if it's like when they did with Destiny 2, where it's like it's actually been pushed up 2 days.
Yeah.
Instead of being released on September 8th, it's released September 6th. Now, that's the thing for Destiny. People have been asking for a Destiny 2 for fucking years.
And they never, and all they've said is we may work on one.
It's being developed. We're working on it. It will be coming at some point, but don't get your hopes up. Then this summer came. Destiny 2, September. That's how you fucking do it.
Another good one is Gearbox with Borderlands 3. They have not confirmed anything at this point. But they released their graphics engine. They're like, this is how we're making our graphics look.
It's gonna look this good.
They all but confirmed Borderlands 3. It was the Borderlands art style. It was the Borderlands style. It was all of that. The Borderlands look, the appeal to it. They all but approved it. But that's the point. They have not approved it.
It's not like this is like Borderlands 3 is coming. Wait, 8 years later, it's still coming. It needs to fucking stop.
I mean, there's occasional tweets every once in a while from the creators or like Facebook posts and stuff. But like, that's just little tidbits to keep us like that. That enough is to keep us content.
Especially fans of games who are like really big fans,
like diehard fans.
I've seen one. You know me. My ultimate game is Darksiders. Darksiders 3 after. Darksiders 2 was released 2012. It is now 2017. Darksiders 3, a couple months ago, had a little bit of a teaser. It wasn't a full-on trailer. It was a little bit of gameplay, a little bit of a teaser. They didn't give. They said it was coming at some point in 2018. They didn't say, it's coming this date or it's doing this. No, they know it's at least 70 to 80% done.
Yes.
So it's not like they're saying we're just starting. Here's what we want it to look like. Here's what we're gonna do. No, this is what it's going to be. We don't know 100% if we would tweak some things, do a couple other things. It's coming in some point in 2018, roughly later part of 2018.
But that's the good thing behind it too, is because especially when you're this close to releasing, if you run into problems, the fan base will be more understanding at that point. Because you haven't been stalling for 5-6 years.
Exactly.
You released this trailer last year. If you say, we ran into a problem, we got delayed. You can be like, okay, it's understandable.
I've seen tweets about Final Fantasy 15, about people saying, I waited 10 years for this. I honestly would be pissed too.
That's the problem, is people get their hypes up, and it almost blows the game into a proportions
that's not the problem. It's not the players. It's the developers putting this shit out there and being like, it's coming.
You get excited.
You
fucking get blue-balled.
I remember years ago when it was called still Final Fantasy 14. When Final Fantasy 15 was Final Fantasy 14, and I saw the first trailer of it. I was stoked for it. It was said it was coming out for the PS3 and shit like that. I think I pre-ordered a copy, and it's not the first time I've created a copy for a console that had to be updated to a new console when it actually came out.
And again, Square Enix is the biggest person that does
I can say the biggest one is Square Enix. And honestly, they need to fucking stop that shit.
It's
getting annoying.
I love the Kingdom Hearts series. I really do. It gives that childish appeal. It gives that feel good appeal.
They're like really good AAA
the real
titles.
friendship message.
They're great. Yeah.
But and I love Disney as well. I mean, I know Disney really isn't involved in the marketing in it at all, but
and I know when
they're fucking blueballing us.
Here's the thing. And I know when it finally gets to the point where we have an actual official release date and it gets closer to it, we're going to be sitting down and talking about what the things we hope comes into it.
Yeah, the whole
how excited we are.
Kingdom Hearts, but
it goes from excitement to disappointment to anger.
Exactly, it frustrated and
it's
lost
getting to the point,
and lost in the series itself.
It's getting to the point where it's like, fuck Kingdom Hearts. We have other things we want to play.
Because they're going to lose fans, they're going to lose profits, and then the future games will suffer.
Exactly.
Tetsuya Nomura has outright confirmed there's going to be another story arc after Kingdom Hearts 3. But
at this
you
point,
need to get to Kingdom Hearts 3 first.
Don't tell us what's coming after a game that's not even close to being done. Don't tell us that.
And then blue ball us with remakes for 4 years.
Exactly. It needs to fucking stop. Stop. Yeah, tickling the scrotum, get to the shaft, fucking work it out, get it fucking done, and then tell us. Don't fucking do this shit about like, oh, hey, every year we're going to show you a little bit more of the progress until eventually it comes out. It's happened for the last couple of years. It needs to fucking end.
Anyway.
Okay.
I've said it.
Done with the rant. So that's the end of Geek Rant. That's it. Okay. Now on to Geek Review, where we talk about movies, games, anime that we've watched or seen that we really want to get into and review. The first one is no movie this week. It's actually anime and a video game this week.
Well, kind of. This one kind of fits in all three categories.
A movie, a video game, anime. All right.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's a movie. I don't think it's
not movies, but I mean they have animes, they have video games, they have manga,
okay.
They have.
What we're speaking of is the Fate series, including Fate Stay Nights.
Fate Stay Unlimited Blade Works, Zero.
Fate Zero, Fate
what was
Moon,
the new one?
Fate, Grand Archive or something.
Grand Archive, something like that.
Apocryphy or something like that. This is such a underrated series.
It is phenomenal. The anime was extremely fucking well
Zero,
done.
Fate, Unlimited Blade Works.
I have not played the game yet. I mean, I know it's on your to-do list to throw at my head, but... No. It's the anime. I watched the anime. They're both on Netflix, and they are phenomenally well made.
They are extremely
especially
well made.
like they take very interesting concepts with taking something like King Arthur and making her a woman, and it's another one of those a strong female character that. Based on her myth, like history, you would never know.
It's like history had to change into a match to be taken seriously.
She herself, like in her backstory, she talks about how she had to pose as a man, even took on a wife, and they actually had feelings for each other. They actually loved each other, but it's like she took on a wife to appear man, to appear like a king as opposed to a queen, which is what. But when they summon her in the series,
to put it in context, one of the basic plot points of the series is that what they call heroic spirits, people from history, including people who not necessarily have actually existed, but people within mythology or history and stories. So King Arthur,
great heroes or great villains,
Alexander the Great, Achilles, Vlad the Impaler.
Lancelot, a lot of the Knights of the Round are there.
But the people from history, like Mozart and
William Shakespeare. As well.
People from different points in history that are summoned to this point to take part in this what they call a Holy Grail War. One of the characters that is summoned in the series is King Arthur. Her name Artoria. Just one of the many characters that gets brought into this, and it's fucking amazing. These historical figures and how their special abilities are based off of either a part of their myth or a great thing they've accomplished.
Exactly. And the games themselves, I know, are more like beat 'em up fight style, but I mean, I know there's a bit of a story, but the anime they represent a story extremely well. The characters, they interact with each other extremely well. You know, especially in Fate Zero, there was these three kings that were summoned during there was
Iskander King of Conquerors, also known as Alexander the Great.
Gilgamesh, the king of Babylonia,
he calls himself the king of kings,
and Artoria Pendragon, King Arthur, and
king of knights.
They have this banquet almost. They have this meeting between the three of them, and it's like these three kings sitting down and discussing not the war, or not the. And Iskander's basically like, he's like, well, the Holy Grail Wars decide who's worthy of getting the Holy Grail.
Yeah.
What if we can come to a conclusion ourselves without fighting?
Exactly.
And they sit down and actually talk. And the character interactions between all of them are incredible, you know?
It really is.
Artoria, like, she puts forth her chivalrous attitude, like a king should serve, a king should fight for the people. She is a knight through and through. Iskander's like, no, a king is a king. A king is above everybody else, must laugh harder, must be greedier than everyone else. Yeah. And Gilgamesh is there, is just like, he almost agrees with them, but at the same time...
It's actually kind of fucked up that how much he's like, did you hear her, King of Conquerors? In fact, like in this moment, where most of the part of this area, it's like, Gilgamesh has, like, all these differences from all these characters, but in this odd moment, it's like Gilgamesh and Iskander are like agreeing. It's like, no, a king does not serve the people. It's the other way around.
The people serve the king.
The people serve the king.
But at the flip side, whereas Iskander judges her and scorns Artoria for this, like, even says, I refuse to recognize you as king. Gilgamesh is like, he's like, no, you are intriguing. Yeah. You are a rare species. You are so rare that you are something I want more of. Yeah. And like literally in his case. Yeah. But it's, you know, the reactions between these characters and like are extremely well made. Even the mages in the series have very good interactions. The masters of the
the masters in the mage. Yeah, they like every character in here has a point and a purpose.
They do. They all have a need.
I know in a lot of other like animes that are kind of like this. There are throwaway characters all the time. Every
nobody seems forced.
Every character in both series
seem very
they have
their importance.
There's a reason for them being there. There's a reason for the characters. They have interactions with their heroic spirits. Every single person is necessary for the point, and it melds so well. This is one of those rare animes that it just hits every single point, and it's kind of unfortunate that not a lot of people actually know the Fate series.
And there's even those characters who are vicious and maniacal that you even look at after they explain themselves, and you're like, all right. You know, even Gilgamesh, who's this cocky ass, he's just like, I am the king of everything. It is mine. You know,
I'm a demigod.
You hate him. You hate him, but you love to hate him.
Exactly. Like, every character in this, it's just
Iskander, you feel just a draw towards.
Even when he says something that sounds like really douchey and stuff like that, like even Iskander when he says something like that, it's just like
it's who they are, and it fits
like
them.
These people have the experience that formed them and shaped them into these heroic spirits. These people that you've heard through myths and legends and history, they become these people because.
And even Archer in the Limited Blade Works, you know, the heroic spirit Emiya, he had his reasoning for doing what he did, and you feel for it. You understand it.
A heroic spirit from the future.
Exactly.
You understand like where he's coming from. And it's
I don't want to get too much into it without spoiling things, but it's very well made.
Every
very
character
well.
You have sympathy for, and every character you just drawn to.
And like the big plot twist following him later in the series too. Again, I'm not going to spoil exactly what it is. No. When you look back on it later, it is very hinted at. It is
100%.
Very well, his interactions with another character that is involved in the plot twist. It's like you look back on it later and you're like, you see it.
It's very
very well made.
It's a very well made series. Do you have a favorite heroic spirit? One that's either seen or not seen?
My favorite scene is Iskander the Conqueror in Fate Zero. He's just so awesome. He's just so out there.
He is fucking cool.
I mean, again, it fits his character. How he's like, a king must be greedier, but a king must also laugh louder. A king must.
This is like
he is inspiring.
If anything, but I wish they would have hinted at the fact that like Alexander.
He's Alexander the Great. Yes.
I mean, Alexander the Great was gay. I'm not like saying that has to be like a huge part of his character, but like, it didn't seem like he really was.
Well, I mean, to an extent, what makes a gay character? I mean, even in real life, like there are flamboyantly gay people, but like at the same time, there are people who you look at and are like,
history is an example. Alexander the Great was flamboyantly gay.
Yeah, I do understand if they followed his more historically accurate representation, but
Which I'm guessing
there is
is what it's
also
supposed
a
to
character in the series,
Called
Alexander the Great, which is more a representation of him.
There are some
as opposed
characters that are like based on like their time frames. Like Alexander is a younger form, but Iskander is his older form.
The thing is about Iskander's almost what he is, the conqueror, the king, whereas Alexander the Great is Alexander. He is the person
but that's the thing, if you know like history, at least like in the U.S., we know him as Alexander the Great. Like,
yes,
I had to explain to you like Iskander was Alexander the Great.
Yes, I did not notice it. In fact, I in fact tried arguing it. I'm like, no, it's not. And then I looked it up, and I'm like, it ended up being correct.
He is Alexander the Great. Yeah.
And the series does have different representations of different characters through time. Even Gilgamesh himself has 2 summons.
Oh, in the game, his one summon, which makes him either an archer or it was his caster. He is so fucking mellow, it's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, it changes their personality as a whole.
It's amazing how summoning them in this different way.
It's almost like Dungeons and Dragons alliances: chaotic good, chaotic evil.
That's actually how they have.
Yeah, that's how they do it in the series. And
listed. Yeah,
there are certain characters who their alliances change depending on the class they're summoned in as well. Yeah. Like Lancelot he's a lawful good character, but he was summoned as a berserker and he's chaotic evil. He's just brutal and vicious, and it's beautiful.
I think because I read some of the manga, honestly, which the new anime, which I think it's out by now, but it's not dubbed. It's based off this one part of the manga where they have like teams.
Yeah, instead of. Basically, in the regular series itself, seven mages summon one class, and they battle over the Grail. In this newer one, there's
4 teams, I think.
Yeah, 4 teams competing with each other. Yeah, each one of them has one of each of the classes, which is Lancer, Archer, Saber, Caster, Berserker, Assassin, and I'm missing one. Rider. That's the one. So
sometimes it can be switched out for. There's actually a ruler. That's actually a ruler class too.
Really,
Joan of Arc is considered a ruler class.
That's pretty cool.
There's a whole bunch of different classes that you swapped in and out, but like the traditional ones are those 7. Mm-hmm. But the one character in it that one thing that people will know about me that my ultimate hero is the Greek general / king Odysseus. Now, Odysseus doesn't show up in the series. He's not one of the spirits, but there's somebody in the series who's as close to him as you possibly get, and that's Achilles. And he is known as the Rider Red in the manga, and I love him to fucking death. If I had to summon a heroic spirit, it'd be him. If I couldn't have Odysseus. But also, Hector's in there, Chiron's in it.
Yeah, there's so many. Hippolyta. I mean...
Oh my god.
Isn't Beowulf in there too?
Beowulf,
going into Nordic
Leonidas, Spartacus.
Yeah, there's so much. They did a very good job of taking from so many different media.
Things. It's not just
there's Japanese heroes as well,
there, like demigods too.
Yeah, there's
crazy. There's even
so
people
that
like Jack the Ripper. Like we don't know who he is, so depending on how you summon them,
appear different and different person.
It's the assassin one in the manga.
A little
girl who has voices in her head. It's multiple it's the victims converged into an individual. It's fucking nuts, but it's fucking good and it's subtle with how amazing it is. It's underrated and it needs more love. So
yes.
On a rating scale of 1 to 5, 1 being kill with fire, 5 being suck it stick, what do you rate it?
Oh, I'd suck it every day.
I would suck it stick every day too.
It is just absolutely amazing.
It is fucking great.
It's easily in my top 10 favorite animes.
I would give it up there
It's fantastic.
Well. Unlimited Blade Works or
I preferred Zero over Blade Works, but when I refer to the Fate series, I really talk about them.
Both of them? Okay.
I mean they are technically 2 different series. One is a prequel, but they are the same universe, the same, and even some of the characters themselves are the same. Like Saber's in both of them, Artorias in both of them.
Gilgamesh. Not the same class, but still in it.
Artori is the same class, but Gilgamesh is in there. You even see one of the kids of. 2 of the kids of people who fought in the first one, in the second one, and it's just really well made.
It really is.
The villain from the first one appears again in the second one, and it's incredibly well. The story fits. It correlates with itself extremely well too. The first one flows very well into the second one.
It does.
Well, I suppose it was Unlimited Blade Works, and then the prequel Zero.
Yeah.
So, but there was no plot holes typically when you make a prequel.
It filled up really well. It was fucking great.
And even one thing we mentioned already with prequels is that they lose the sense of danger. But you look at these characters, and even the characters you look at who are in danger, who show up later, you still felt this feeling of dread. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
They did it extremely, extremely well.
Okay, so all right, so moving on to the next thing. A game we're actually going to talk about and review. One that we have played, I don't know how many fucking times. Honestly, one of my favorite DLCs of all time is in this game.
Oh my god, it's
Borderlands 2. Okay.
The Borderlands series as a whole
we're doing out of order.
Extremely comical game.
Yeah, we're going out of order, but when we said we wanted to review a game and when Borderlands brought up, we were like, Borderlands 2. That was the one I love the most. I love 1, 2.
I agree.
The second one is fucking
Borderlands 1 was a little hit or miss with people because it had its funny moments, but it wasn't until the second game that they really started to, they caught their sense of humor, they found their niche, and they stuck with it.
It did.
They did it extremely well done. One of my favorite villains of all time, Handsome Jack. He is a fucking riot.
Handsome Jack here. Dude, I would love to voice him in a series, dude.
I'm telling you, you should cosplay him.
I want to.
He's a so fucking riot. He really, really is.
He is, but most villains who are like this are usually annoying.
You want him dead. You want them dead by the end of the series, but him, you almost feel for too.
Really love him.
You really feel for. Again, there's spoilers I don't want to talk about, but in Borderlands the pre-sequel, you go into his backstory and how he evolved from this charismatic, wants to be the hero type to this vicious, brutal villain who calls himself the hero, but is just this maniacal, malicious, evil person.
Yeah.
And he's just really fucking cool.
He's
fucking hilarious.
Fucking the characters are fucking great. I love Zero. You love Gage, don't you?
Gage is my favorite character. She is one of the DLC characters.
Yeah.
And I love her because they actually... All of the characters in the main game, besides her, actually, you find echo logs about how they got to Pandora and all that. But her, they actually released it on YouTube and on Twitter.
The actress actually released it herself. And
yes, she voiced the whole thing,
fucking awesome.
And it is hilarious. She's this 16-year-old. No, she is 18. They confirmed it. She's like this 18-year-old girl who's in this really good high school, and she's in this science fair. She's gonna create this anti-bullying robot, and another person ends up stealing her project.
It's like the police or something like that.
No. She steals the project for the fair and then sells the ideas to the police. But Gage, in revenge, she just takes hers and amps it up to the nth degree. She adds Digistruct claws that appear out of nowhere, laser beams, shoots electricity, just goes 100% balls to the wall with this. And then she's at the science fair, and the anti-bullying thing worked because she gets shoved and the thing cuts the girl in half. It doesn't say cut in half. It actually says she explodes.
Yeah.
But so she hops this train to Pandora and basically to escape the cops. And it's just fucking brilliant the way they do it. And all these characters have a really cool backstory. I mean, Krieg's just kind of there. But in the DLC trailer for him, they release, he meets the Siren of the second game. And it's pretty cool. And the Siren, finding out about her as well. I think Salvatore's the only one. The Gunzerker's the only one that's not interesting backstory. He's just kind of blah.
One thing to segue to for the DLC, Tiny Tina's Assault Dragon Key, basically a D&D campaign, but you're in it. You're actually living this D&D campaign. It is one of the most brilliant, writing.
It is
oh my god,
so funny.
This is the best DLC.
Hilarious.
One of them among the best DLCs I've ever played.
Yes,
and it is fucking.
There's so many references in there too. They reference Game of Thrones. They reference Dark Souls. They reference all these other things.
Random D&D,
and it's so fucking funny.
It is so cute.
Oh my god,
it's so funny. The games are fucking impressive. They're fucking hysterical.
And it's the characters from the first game playing Dungeons
the
and Dragons
game
as the characters from the second game. So it's
fucking beautiful.
So it's you get to hear these characters you fall in love with in the first game, and you fall in love through the story of the second game, and you're just and you really feel sad the whole time too, because there's these hints at, again, this whole spoiler, I'm going to try to avoid it, but there's this hints about all this sad thing that happens in the game, and they're trying to like cover it up, and it's man, it's so upsetting, but they hide it behind such amazing humor, and it's really well designed, really well made.
On a scale of 1 to 5, what do you give it?
I mean, it was far from a perfect game, or not far from a perfect game, but I would give it a 4. Over the clothes,
light hand job.
It is a very well made game. There is problems with it. There's a lot of bugs in the game, but it was still a very well made game, and I very love it. It is very well. I love it. I really do, and I'm excited for Borderlands 3 when it comes out eventually.
Well, that's this week's episode of Geek Empire: The Geeks Strike Back. We're gonna read out like we do every week with Bill Clinton reading 50 Shades of Grey. Take it away whenever you're ready, Mr. President.
You see, I did a lot of talking more than the other one, so
lubricate my throat.
I'm going to take a drink of water here. My throat hurting a little bit. Okay. All right, what's up, guys? It's former President Bill Clinton here, and let's see.
I had it on the...
Yeah, I think I read those last week. Fuck me.
No, this one's you didn't.
Didn't I?
I don't think so.
I thought it... Well, all right.
Read that one, and that should... Yeah.
Sitting beside me, he gently pulls my sweatpants down, up and down like a whore's drawers. My subconscious remarks bitterly. In my head, I tell her where to go. Christian squirts baby oil into his hand and then rubs my behind with careful tenderness. From makeup remover to smoothing balm for a spanked ass. Who would have thought it was such a versatile liquid?
What the fuck? Okay.
This was really close. This was a real short one, actually.
Okay, go ahead.
You beguile me, Christian. Completely overwhelm me. I feel like Icarus flying too close to the sun. Nice little Greek myth reference in that one. Alright.
That's this week's episode of Geek Empire. Thanks for joining us. Episode 3. Awesome. We are starting to upload these to YouTube and stuff like that, so in the comment section, comment, rate and subscribe and all that kind of cool stuff.
Yes.
We'll also have this on iTunes and SoundCloud as well. Check us out, guys. Take care, everyone. Excelsior.
Peace.